if you're a heel, that's one thing. You got to be arrogant if you're a heel.
Yeah.
But if you have a sense of arrogance as a baby face, and I think he had a sense of arrogance. Did you feel that?
Cody Rhodes is also one of a kind, though.
Yes,
because he is the fruit of my loins. Ooh, if you will, Dusty would say. you were a part of that. Were you? Did you have a lot to do with that Dusty and Jeff Jarrett feud back in WCW?
Oh, yeah, had a lot to do. As a matter of fact, bro, when I gave my notice, bro, I swear, Chris, you'll appreciate this. I became a Christian when I was in TNA. And bro, you know, I swear, bro, it was the Paul experience where the scales fell from my eyes, and I'm like, I can't do this right now. So I gave my notice, and like the last thing they did was like either me or Dusty were gonna run TNA. So I got to get in a nice little angle with Dusty. That was a lot of fun my last couple of weeks there.
Yeah. You were special reffing, weren't you? Did you do like the special referee?
I might have done something like that. I don't even remember, bro.
Yeah. It was actually interesting during that time. I followed TNA since 2002, and it's crazy that, and we'll get to ROH being purchased on another show, but let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that TNA started the same year as Ring of Honor, ladies and gentlemen. They both have inceptions. They both debuted in 2002. So let's not sleep on the fact that Impact Wrestling is also 20 years old, along with Ring of Honor. And Vince Russo had a lot to do with some really good times. You know, it's so funny. I saw someone in some I get people send me comments all the time about you or me or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But one comment that I saw was someone putting you over. You have the typical Vince Russo trolls that really have no clue what they're trolling about. They just want to be a part of the troll clan type of deal. And it was funny because someone, for every troll though, there's like someone who like backs us up, really cool. And someone put you over. They were like, yeah, the same Vince Russo who had the highest numbers in WWE and TNA. Yeah, that Vince Russo.
Bro, we did that. Bro, it's funny, Chris. I don't want to go on a long tangent about this, but I'm always called, I was a failure at TNA. Bro, we were doing 2 million viewers on Spike TV. Like, really? Bro, AEW is doing half of that on TNT.
On TNT and TBS, yes.
Bro, we were doing 2 million people on Spike. I mean, come on, man. Like, stop. Hey, bro,
TBS has a much wider base than Spike does.
Chris, it's so funny that you said that. And again, I know they want us to talk about Cody. We're going to talk about Cody, but I mean, to stay on this topic, bro, I do a show on my Patreon with EC3. He made a big announcement yesterday about Control the Narrative. I was very, very happy for him and Adam Shera and Killer Cross. So he puts out this press release. Bro, I never read comments online, but I read the press release and I must have went down a little bit too far and I hit the comments. Bro, every comment was so negative. And I'm like, what did EC3 do to Chris, what is wrong? What's wrong with wrestling fans, bro?
A lot of wrestling fans are just a part of a group of people who just are okay and find pleasure with sharing their misery with others, and it's really unfortunate because you have, and it's not just wrestling though. You have different fans. You have different groups, and there's actually a psychological phenomenon called belongingness. That's some homework for you. Belongingness, and check it out. It's when people troll or when people look for acceptance. They usually are vulnerable to go amongst a crowd that can either share their bitterness or share their grief or share their, sadness or share their or frustrations or something like that. And it's very popular. It's funny because culture like that too. And it has the same type of parallel to cults. It's just belongingness. People just want to feel accepted and wanted.
Weird, bro.
Yeah, and so when they see like a bunch of people just kind of like speaking so ill towards someone, it's so funny because that's how it was for a long time when Roman Reigns was a babyface, and like people would just have some of the lamest reasons why they didn't like Roman Reigns. Now, look, if you don't like Roman Reigns when he was babyface, that's on you, whatever. But at the same time, like I would literally like ask people, why don't you like Roman Reigns? And they're like, because he wins all the time. And then I'm a facts guy, I'm all about stats and things like that. I said, okay, interesting. He's the one at this particular time. He's the one. He has the lowest win percentage in all of the Shield members. And that's it. And I'm like, well, he's shoved down our throats. And they're like, I was like, interesting, because Dean Ambrose technically has a better win percentage, the best win percentage at that time. So technically, Dean Ambrose is shoved down our throats because he has a more has a more winning record than Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
And then they'll just come up with just so many different. He has the same theme song, as the Shield. You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy, bro. It's.
And I'm like, wait a minute. If you reach it down the bag that much,
man.
And that's what you pull out. He has the same theme song as you did before.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't get it.
I'm like, okay. The theme song is why you hate Roman Reigns. Okay, sounds good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's so funny. Okay, that's actually a really good segue because Cody Rhodes is another person that toward the tail end of his AEW career was just hated by people. People would just boo him. And I had that same conversation with people. And I was like, wow, and I said this before on the Bro Show, I really don't get the Cody hate. And you made a really good point as far as the Cody hate, as far as the Rhodes.
I'm telling you, bro.
Rose to the top. And that actually made sense when you said that.
That was because like I said, bro, they were so hateable that I really was, guys, I hope you'll work in an angle. Because I'm like, this is not good, but I don't think it was an angle, bro. And I really think that worked against them.
Do you think that say for instance, you get 1 million people who watch AEW Dynamite, how many of those people do you think actually followed that series?
Oh, bro,
percentage-wise,
maybe 10%.
So, okay. So out of 1 million, you got 10K, right?
Yeah, I would think.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I don't know. And so 10%. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, it was bad, but I'm telling, bro, it was bad because I was like, guys, what are you doing? Like, that's not your audience, and they're gonna hate you. And it could be. You said 10%. You said 10%, right? Yeah, 10%.
So it would be 100K.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if 100,000 people followed that series.
It probably wasn't. It wasn't.
I don't even say it wasn't even that much. And so my point of that is was it enough to have a resounding number? I know the number of boos. I know that he was on the Go Big Show. I know that he had a moment with to that. He's a panelist for that or a judge for that. But so what? I mean, that doesn't really make a difference to him to get booed. I just didn't really get the Cody hate. I just don't, man. I know that, I've talked to a lot of people and I'm friends with a lot of people in the business. And I actually have some close friends, top names in AEW. And I just don't understand. People said he was easy to work with. What I mean, some people didn't like him too much, though.
Let me ask you this, as a fan,
Mm-hmm.
just as a fan now, bro, there is a sense of arrogance. I mean, there is. I mean, do you not feel that, bro? I mean, bro, it's one thing if you're a heel, that's one thing. You got to be arrogant if you're a heel. Yeah. But if you have a sense of arrogance as a baby face, and I think he had a sense of arrogance. Did you feel that?
I with the whole elaborate entrance coming out, being risen up, right, and the pyro and all that comes with it. I can see that, but still, when I look at Cody, I look at someone who is the only member of the Elite that never won a world title. Like, you have Cody, Kenny Omega, the Bucks, and Hangman Page. The Bucks were world tag champs. Hangman Page he's current world champ. Kenny Omega was world champ. But Cody never, he had an opportunity to be world champ, but he was the only person who never was world champ. And Chris, he really, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And he really made, he spent so much time making stars. Omega, although, he was voted Wrestler of the Year, PWI, number one and all that. But, and not to take away from Omega. Omega's fantastic in the ring. But nobody else really focused as a part of the founding, the Mount Rushmore, the founding fathers of AEW. No one outside of Cody, or I would say no one more than Cody, really focused on building stars. I mean, if you Darby Allin, he brought in Ricky Starks from NWA. Ricky Starks made his name in NWA. He was television champion, but NWA had a pocket of viewers. You know what I mean? He brought Ricky Starks to the main stage. He helped revive, of course, Brody Lee's career. He helped revive Malachi Black's career. No one knew who the heck Anthony Ogogo was before Cody made him semi-relevant. Same thing with QT Marshall. I followed him in the Ring of Honor, but he was like a relative job guy, low Carter. Cody had a few with him. He rose up a bit, and now he's once again, in a low card level. He does a lot of training. He helps with a lot of training. But there's so many names that he's really helped out.
Yeah, but Chris, I'll never forget. I swear to God, it was Bruce Pritchard who told me this 2 days on the job. Bruce Pritchard told me in the wrestling business, perception is everything. Okay. Bro, when Cody came out with the suit, bro, he represented money.
Yeah,
look
that's
at
true.
Your fans, bro, they don't represent money. Yeah. Bro, when you say, bro, when I say to you, he represented money, bro, who's the first one you think of? The first one you think of is Ric Flair, but true. Flair was a heel. Flair was a heel.
He was
what
heel.
I'm saying? I mean, when Cody went out in those suits and whatnot, bro, that's money to
when
those
you think of when you think of suits, you think of Flair, you think of DiBiase, you think of Bockwinkel, and those are three of the most popular or three of the best heels in the history of pro wrestling. You know what I mean? So you got a point,
bro.
there.
I mean, bro, when you talk about that AEW crowd, and all of a sudden a guy comes out in a suit, that's power, that's money, that's my boss, that's the man.
That's true.
I think that hurts as a baby face, bro.
I think that's a fantastic point, and I think it's antithetical to the common man image that his dad portrayed. Right?
I agree.
It was like he was the everyman. He was the common man. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with everybody, in the crowd. The Starrcade '83 speech, right? Starrcade '85. my hand to your hand, right? You know what I mean? It's the love, feel the love.
Well, bro, not
preaching,
only that, let's go one step further. He's got a wife who dresses to the nines.
Yeah.
You have a sense that she's full of herself.
Bossy.
Who did Dusty have?
Sapphire, baby.
She complete opposite.
That's right.
Opposite of that, bro.
That's very true.
Yeah, you know.
Absolutely. That's true. And he did hold himself to a kind of a I'm better than you type of mentality with the suit. So I think you got a good point there. I'm thinking of from the other side as far as what he did for business, but as far as the way he portrayed himself, he did have a smugness to him when it came to the presentation. So yeah, I'll give you that.
It's two different things, Chris. It's two different things. What you're saying is dead on, helping people. I take none of that away from him, and all that is correct. But these are two different things. The presentation, bro. The presentation is I'm a little better than you.